Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, in this episode, I want to talk about certain physical symptoms, or should I put it this way? I want to discuss ways in which anxiety actually can affect your body. And what type of physical symptom or symptoms you can present with. Because you see, billions, not millions, but billions of individuals globally experience feelings of, let's say, anxiousness at some point or another in their life. And that could be as a result of, hearing bad news, or you have to meet a deadline, or if you're a student, you have like an important exam coming up, or you're being tested for a job, and you begin to feel anxious. Or even going out on the first date. Now, you see, to know if you have an anxiety disorder or not, or if it's just a moment of feeling anxious, is it a recurring feeling? Or are the thoughts that's going through your head, is it intrusive? Is it impacting your everyday life? And you see, if you're experiencing this, you need to see an acupuncturist if you're going through this. If you feel you're faced with an anxiety disorder or have been diagnosed with one, you need to see an acupuncturist right away. Because a lot of these symptoms that I'm going to discuss can be caused by, let's say, an excessive production of stress hormones like adrenaline, cortisol, noradrenaline, vasopressin. And see, these are hormones that trigger the body's fight or flight response. And it'll increase your heart rate, lead to rapid breathing, sweating, and so forth. But you see, there are some common physical symptoms of anxiety that many of you are not aware of. One being headaches, migraines, chronic daily headaches. Now, this is a common symptom for individuals who have an anxiety disorder. And it usually resonates in the form of a tension headache, where you'll feel like there's this tight band that's around your head. And you see, these headaches can be triggered by the release of stress hormones, which tend to constrict blood vessels in the brain. And I understand it. It can be difficult to determine which would come first, either the headache or anxiety. But understand, headaches can be, let's say, as a result of anxiety symptoms, or it can lead to actually like feeling anxious. And this is why I'm constantly recommending that you make acupuncture a part of your life. Now, another symptom can be, let's say, cardiovascular. Because individuals that have or have been diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, during their intake, they tend to report cardiovascular symptoms such as pounding heartbeat, tightness of the chest. And again, this is because stress hormones are causing blood vessels to constrict, leading to an increase in your blood pressure as well as your heart rate. And I want to say another thing. You see, anxiety disorders can also impair the functioning of a person's vagus nerve. Now, the vagus nerve is like the body's superhighway that carries like information between the brain and your internal organs, and reduced heart rate variability. You see, to an acupuncturist, heart chi has been affected now. And there's much more, but, heart chi has definitely been affected. And there's been a change now in the timing between heartbeats. Because your vagus nerve plays a key role in regulating cardiac activity. So when the vagus nerve is not functioning properly, it can lead to a person's heart failing to contract like in an efficient manner. Now, what's impaired? Heart yang and heart yin. So all three, heart chi, heart yin, and your heart yang has been affected. All right. And this is why I say, again, it's important. It's very, very important that you make acupuncture part of your life. Why? Because you are your own wealth. Your health is your wealth. The wealth, it's not under the doghouse in the backyard. It's not under your mattress. It's not in the shoebox in the closet. The wealth is also not in your pocket, purse, or your wallet. And many of you think it is. Hey, I got a lot of money, but hey, I feel like shit. Hello? Where really does the wealth reside? It's not in the bank account. It's not in the cryptocurrency account. It's not in the safe in your office or your closet. It's not in an app on your phone. It's in you. That's where the wealth is. And I take it. That's why you listen to Acupuncture's My Life podcast. Now, another symptom, a physical sign, I should say, of how anxiety is affecting your body is digestive system. Here we go. What's responsible for the postnatal production of chi and blood in the body? You got it. Spleen and stomach. I speak about this all the time. So I'm going to say digestive system. Symptoms, I'm sorry. Because when you're anxious, those stress hormones are also entering your digestive system, which is going to lead to digestive problems such as abdominal pain, constipation, nausea, bloating, and more. Because there's a link between anxiety and visceral hypersensitivity, which i.e. is a low pain threshold in the internal organs. And this anxiety plays a key role here. All right? And it's important that you're aware of this. Because stress hormones tend to disrupt the balance of bacteria in a person's gut, therefore leading to inflammation as well as other digestive issues. So studies have shown, and acupuncturists are aware, that anxiety disorder tends to have more pro-inflammatory bacteria and fewer of or less of the beneficial bacteria in your gut. And here we go with that gut-brain interaction. Another physical sign can be poor immunity. Kidneys. There's an imbalance. Cortisol. Too much cortisol is being emitted, which comes from the gland on top of the kidneys. Because we produce too much of it, that's going to lead to a deficiency pattern of the kidneys. And acupuncturists are aware of that. Because not only are the lungs to an acupuncturist responsible for the health and welfare of your protective chi, so are the kidneys. Because it's the kidney chi that goes up to the lungs to nourish the lungs so that the lungs can properly perform its function in nourishing and reinforcing the body's protective chi. Okay? So when you're undergoing poor immunity, it can be as a result of your kidneys. And acupuncturists, we understand that. Because your immune system is affected by the disruption of the production of white blood cells, which tends to fight infections. So when you have this sustained release of cortisol, that's not good for your immune system. All right? You know what? Do me a favor. If you're lifting something heavy right now at the gym or at work or even at home if you're moving furniture around, take a moment. I want you to rest it down. And if you're driving a vehicle, or if you're working, stop work just for a second. If you're driving a vehicle, whether it's a motorcycle, electric bike, a car, truck, do me a favor, pull it over to the side of the road. And if you're operating an airplane or a helicopter, some of you guys do not know how to use the autopilot system. So if that's you, land at your nearest airport. If you do, put it on autopilot. And if you're crossing the street, I want you to hurry up and safely get across the street. And now I need you to close your eyes. And I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open them. Boom. You are now brand new. And brand new you are. Now, another way or physical symptom that can tell you that anxiety is negatively affecting your body is if you're experiencing breathing problems or dizziness. Because let's say shallow breathing or rapid and shallow breathing, as well as dizziness, are common symptoms of anxiety. Because when a person feels anxious or anxiety is really seeping in, you're anticipating or you're sort of expecting that something bad is about to happen. And your body begins to react to help you deal with a potential stressful situation or an intense situation. So it produces a particular response, causing you to increase your rate of breathing so that your lungs could take in more oxygen. And as a result, this can make you feel a shortness of breath and can trigger more anxiety or even panic. And this increased rate of breathing can also lead to dizziness. So when we're anxious, we tend to start taking these quick and deep breaths, which therefore leads to a reduction of levels of carbon dioxide in your blood, causing you to feel nauseous and lightheaded and tingling sensations in your hands and feet. And guess what? Now, lung qi becomes deficient. You're experiencing lung qi deficiency. It's then affecting this deficient pattern of qi in the lungs, therefore affects the liver. Because the liver is responsible for the smooth flow of qi. So now lung qi becoming deficient, you're going to have shortness of breath, and then excess rising of liver qi can cause dizziness. If you feel you're suffering from an anxiety disorder, do me a favor. Get yourself to an acupuncturist and make acupuncture a part of your life, okay? Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?